welcome to another Marketing Corner Conversations, this special session, solo, all alone. Welcome, 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 Amazon. For those of you who are not watching me on Amazon, please follow the link in the description of this video and join me in Amazon so you can see the books I'm talking about. Okay, so that's me again talking about business books. I want to bring here, I want to talk mostly about marketing business, how you can be a better marketer, a better businessman or businesswoman, how you can be more successful with your business. So I'm trying to bring one of the things I like to try and to bring to here is books. Also, I will be talking about content marketing, about live streaming, about social media. I will bring, as I already made some book authors. Soon, I will have more book authors here to share some ideas with you to talk about their books. Okay, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow. Let me put on the screen the image so you can see how you can do it. Okay, there you go. Okay, there's how you can follow on this side if you are watching on the computer, and on this side if you are watching on the cell phone. Okay, so feel free to join. Okay, I think I'm using the wrong microphone. Shame on me. Let me know how are you doing, what how is going the week, because I'm very curious and I want to know about you. Okay, I think now it's better. Let me know how you are, and if you are, if you have any question, please let me know. If you have any doubt, if you want me to talk about some particular thing, let me know so I can help you in a better way. Okay, the first book I want to talk about, it's one of the most game changers book I've read. Okay, it's about the Pareto's law. Okay, 80-20. And what does this law say? Let's talk a little bit about business theory. This, and it's also kind of law in life, which means that bringing this to business, it means that 80% of your profits come from 20% of your customers or sales, whatever. It means, for instance, that 20% of your customers generate 80% of your sales, okay, or profits, whatever. So this means that sometimes we are focusing on bringing new customers. Okay, let me take this off and put it. Okay, there you go. Don't forget to unmute, because let me share this, that side. Okay, unmute because I want you to hear me, because I'm saying amazing things. Okay. Hello, Chris. Ça va? Hello, Chris. How are you? Have you read this book that I'm talking about? Please let me know. And so this book is very interesting, because I think one of the main things, one of the main mistakes usually people do when we are talking about business is to be so much time seeking for new customers, new clients, finding new people to buy. And the problem with this is you waste too much time, okay, finding new people which you don't know, you're not sure that they will buy from you, okay, and that time you're losing will be important to for instance, to work better your businesses. And for instance, those people who already are buying from you, maybe if you take a look at them, they will keep buying. Maybe they want another product that you can provide to them. Maybe they will tell you, I'm pretty sure they will do, they will tell you how to serve them better, okay, how you can give more products or services to them, because they already are your customer, they already trust in you, they are there for you. Okay, so instead of being all the time searching for new customers, focus on those who already are, which are mostly this 20%. Okay, and another thing interesting is that within this 20%, these rules works again. It means that in this 20% of the people generate 80% of the income. Okay, so it's good to understand this, because this keep going almost till the end of the days. And so it's interesting to see how, by taking care of this 20%, and within this 20% another 20%, you will be more successful with your business. And you, one thing I'm sure, you will save a lot of time and a lot of headaches. And also be aware that those people who are satisfied with your products, with your services, will be more likely to talk about your business to other people who are similar to them. Okay, so this is a good thing, because also it provides you. Yeah, Chris, it's a very well known rule, Pareto's law. So this will provide you a nice marketing tool, working properly. This, it also talks about, okay, I won't tell you everything that's on the book, because you may take a look at it, about one thing that I'm I've been thinking about this, I've been talking about this, but I didn't had a real putting a name to this. And I call it, since I read this book, I call this the bother factor. And what is this? Sometimes we see businesses who approach us to people in a very how can I say this, aggressive way. They are kind of stalking you. They show up everywhere, and they are telling you all the time, buy for me, buy for me, buy for me, buy for me. And what can happen with that? At the end, for instance, you may buy, in a universe of 1,000 people, you may buy to one or two, and you say, okay, this was a huge success. Well, look, I had two new customers. But the point is that you have 998 persons who don't want to know about you in a life. Okay, so it's good to understand that. And by these days, it's very easy for you to stalk people, because there are remarketing, there's ads everywhere. People can see you almost everywhere. Be aware of that, okay? Don't be too stalky because people will can get upset because you're there all the time, like you are a ghost, okay, haunting them. Instead, take a look at this book, see how he talks about the approaching, how you can properly approach to the customer, how you can um, work with the loyalty with those person who already are your customer, because this will work very, very well for you. Okay, so this is my first suggestion for you, this book from Perry Marshall, 80/20. Okay, and let me bring this one, which is also an amazing book, from J. Bear, Utility. Okay, and this has kind of it has here a kind of statement why smart marketing is about help and not hype. Okay, because again, instead of being telling people all the time, I'm amazing, I'm good, I'm awesome, I'm I'm a blast, how good I am, he brings examples of people, of brands, of company who made a different approach. How they made think how people may be looking for something that can lead to us, how, which problems my customers may have, or my potential customer may have, which I can solve to them, which can bring them to me. Okay, he gives well, the foreword, let me see if I'm, yes, the foreword is written by another amazing guy, which is Marcus Sheridan. Okay, one day I will talk about him also. Okay, and it's about he had a swimming pool company, the things were going very bad, And so what he comes to his mind, okay, let me write content about swimming pools, that people are looking at those questions they have about swimming pools, their doubts they have, their things they don't know about swimming pools, but they are looking for them on Google. They are searching for them on Google. Let me see what they are asking, and I will answer people. Okay, that's why he made a book. They they ask, I answer. So this is a nice approach, because okay, I'm willing to buy a swimming pool. Okay, so let me go to Google, for instance, to see which is the better way to build a pool. How much will it cost my swimming pool? Which kind of treatments I need to make with my water in a swimming pool? And he was answering to all these questions in their website. So people, when they went to Google, they find their articles, their blog articles, and I think it's normal, okay, because you answer my question. Let me know a little bit more about you, and then it's pretty sure, it's pretty normal that I will ask some more questions about swimming pools, and maybe I will buy my swimming pool for you. So that's one approach, using this utility approach. Another one is an amazing guy who wrote kind of a local trip advisor. It was Taxi Mike. He wrote a kind of trip advisor guide. He put it in every hotel and every restaurant in the city. So when people will to want to go to a restaurant, he made it by types of different kinds of cooking and everything, Italian, Indian, whatever. And so he throw them in everywhere, and so people, okay, the tourists, okay, I want to go to the restaurant, let me see what this guy is saying, let me see their reviews. And at the end of the brochure, he had his contacts. So tourists went to the restaurant, they maybe they will drink a little bit more, and so at the end of the meal they needed someone to bring them again to take them to the hotel. Can you guess who they were calling to make this? Probably Taxi Mike, because he made this brochure. They have that brochure and they have their contacts there. Okay, so it's another amazing approach, by bringing utility, by bringing something that their potential customers may want, may need. So by doing this, he was a step ahead, and he doesn't have to say, okay, look how good you are, because usually we are kind of blind about these kind of messages. So yes, 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 Chris, it's very it's very interesting. Yeah, it's a kind of interesting about which types of live shows you should do. Think about the questions your customers may be doing. Okay, which question? Because, for instance, if you're talking about art, okay, what kind of things they may ask about art? Uh, about painters, about how to maintain your painters, your paintings in the wall, how to, I don't know. I think you know that topic better than I, but think about it, okay? Think about how you can help people that in a next step, hopefully, they will buy something from you, okay? If you want to do this just to help them without want to make some profit, it's okay also. It's up to you, okay? So that's interesting to how we can approach with help to people, how we approach bringing trust, bringing value, and in the end, hopefully they will buy, they will want to work with you. Okay, so this is an amazing book, also by Jay Bear. By the way, you can buy all of their books, because all of them are very useful. I think Chris already had has some books from him. Okay, I have, they are not here, but I have at least 4 books from Jay Bear. Next one. Okay, I didn't highlight the book. Shame on me. Now I will do this. Okay. This one is another amazing book. Okay. Bounce from Matthew Syed. I think I said this properly. It's another amazing book who talks about this myth of talent. Okay. Because usually we think people are good because they are talented. Yes, some they are. Yes, some are talented. Some people have more skills than others in some fields or sports, businesses, art, whatever. But most of them who make the difference are people who work a lot to become an expert, a very talented people. So he talks, and Malcolm Gladwell also talks about this in his book Outliers. I don't know if I brought this book to my no, I don't have it here. But the book Outliers from Malcolm Gladwell also talks about this, the magic number 10,000 hours of practice on something to become to excel that. But also he talks about the myth of genetic, because some people think, for instance, that runners from Kenya are good because they have a good genetic. It's not. It's kind of the context that makes them to run a lot. Like, for instance, let's talk about one thing that happens often here in Portugal. Usually we have amazing soccer players. Okay. It's not something genetic, because I'm also Portuguese and I'm not that good at soccer. But the problem, the thing is, he states that the context is, usually kids start playing football very young. They play football hours, and I know what I'm talking about. They play for hours and hours. They excel. They start to become better and better, and more hours of practice, they will become better and better and better. So that's why there are people who excel in their jobs, because they had this 10,000 hours, and some don't, because they don't keep practicing, they don't keep consistent, because again, and I love to talk about consistency, is key to become a great, an expert, a great player, whatever. Also he talks about something that it's important, because, for instance, there's one thing that usually we do hours and hours and hours and hours in our life, but we don't become amazing as stars on that thing, which is driving. Okay, usually we drive hours. I don't know. Within 1 year, maybe we drive for 300 hours, which could, in few years, or even more. I think there are people who drives way more, 2 hours per day or even more, and we don't become super pilots. Why? Because we are not doing that with the intention to become an expert, with intention to excel that job. Okay, so there's this combination with practicing with intention. Okay, because if we are not doing things with the will to become an amazing person in that, we'll be doing okay. For instance, when I'm driving, I'm thinking about what I'm going to hit, about what I'm going to do, what I will do in the next live show, which camera should I pick, and everything. So I think he talks also about this. It's an amazing book which talks about, for instance, he also talks about those young prodigies with 10 years old, which play piano, which make programs which are amazing. And why are they over talented? Maybe not. Maybe they compress that 10,000 hours in way more time practicing, and they become younger, talented, excelling, because they shorten the time they practice. Okay, instead of 2 hours a day, they made it 6 8 hours a day. So that's most of them became so good so young. Okay, so I truly recommend also this book. Okay, Bounce, for you to become a better in your field. Okay, next book. And okay, if you are watching, okay, those who are watching now on Amazon, please don't forget there's this circle here. Let me see if I can. Okay, that side, this circle which is unmute, please do this. Okay, unmute because I'm saying amazing things here. You may want to listen what I'm saying. You may want to understand why I'm advising those amazing books. Okay, and also let me put it, don't forget to follow. If you are in the desktop, it's on this side. Okay, if you are watching me on the cell phone, maybe on this side. Okay, don't forget to follow because I will be back soon. Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. GMT plus one, which is the time zone from London and Lisbon, which it's the country where well, Lisbon is not a country; it's a city, but I live in Portugal. So 6:30 p.m. Portugal and London, and oh my God, UK time zone, or let me see, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, or 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Okay, I will be here with my friend, with my partner in crime, Ryan Swanstrom, with another episode of our amazing show. And is the show completely out of the box where everything can happen. So stay tuned. Join us tomorrow on Amazon Live again, so we can talk about amazing things, and you will have, as we will have, an amazing time with lots of fun. Okay, so the next book is this Fred Factor. And about the Fred Factor is I loved also this book. It's a very small book. You can read it in 3 days. Okay, and the good thing about this book is that he talks about Fred, which was a mailman. Okay, and he was kind of an amazing guy who was not the mailman. He came with something, with a mission. Okay, he was that kind of person who wants to get that give that step ahead. I don't want just to deliver the mail. I want you to have a nice experience. For instance, one of the things that Fred did was, okay, at this house they are in vacations for a week, for instance. He asked to the uh, owner, okay, during this week, where do you want me to put the mail? Also, if I see some letter which may be urgent, which may be something that you have to deal fast, do you want me to connect to you, to talk to you, so you can take care of this? And they say, yes, of course I want. So this Fred went way far than just putting cars in the mailboxes, and he helped, and he had this spirit of mission to help the neighborhood which he were serving. And serving here, it's a very noble word. So that's why I recommend this book, because sometimes we just do the average. We just do what people are expecting us to do. And this Fred was an outstanding guy. And that's how things, where it's where magic happens, is when we are outstanding, when we go way far than just the standard, when we do more than people expect from us. So that's why I truly recommend this book, the Fred Factor. Yes, because you will fall in love with Mr. Fred, and you will understand how you can be surprisingly good, surprisingly remarkable by going beyond what people expect. Okay, so that's why I recommend also this amazing book. And the next one, let me see. Okay, I'm good. So the next one is this from Robert B. Cialdini. He is an amazing. This one is the Portuguese version. Okay, so you can see Portuguese version too. Um, this book it's about influence. It's about how we can, and don't take it as an evil thing. Okay, don't think about making bad things influence people in a bad way. Okay, don't forget. And I like to talk about some principles. Okay, let me put marketing as a stair. Okay, so I usually like to talk about the 4 degrees of marketing. Let's look at them. The first degree, you're looking to the stair. Okay, so the first degree that you should do as a marketer is someone who doesn't know you to become your customer. Okay, so when someone who doesn't know you become your customer, that person or marketing make the first step. Okay, the second step is, and for me this is important, and that's to make context about this book. The second step is when this person who became your customer, the very next day, the very next week, the very next month, doesn't regret from buying from you, because this is something for me it's crucial. Because when we base marketing manipulation in psychological tricks, in trying to cheat people, at the somehow at some point they will regret buying from you. Okay, and that's what you should not do. Okay, so this is the second step. The third step is to make that person who bought one time from you keep buying. Because for instance, let me think about, they bought a car from you. Maybe they need to buy the assistance, the insurance, and okay, maybe one day they will buy another car because they have kids who grow, and now they need a car also. So keep those people keep buying from you. That's the third step. And the fourth step, and for me it's crucial, is when these people that once from being unknown becomes your customer, and then doesn't regret buying from you and also keeps buying from you, will recommend you. This is kind of the top of the stair of the marketing job, is when someone becomes your ambassador, uh, someone who becomes your evangelist. That's when you fulfill the marketing job. So and I wanted to make this contextualization to talk about this book. So this book talks about, and this is important also, because sometimes it's not that our product, our service is bad. Sometimes it's that we don't know how to present it to people. They don't recognize in that product, in that service, the need they truly have. They don't recognize in that product or service the solution to them. Okay, so this book talks about this, talks how you can, for instance, be closer to people who may be your customer in the future. Okay, so that's how it could help you, because sometimes, and this is also important, if it's made in a ethical way, in a moral way, uh, sometimes people also, before they buy from you, they have to like you. And this is also about this, is and for me this book, and again this I have a couple of authors, if no, a few, a few authors, which I recommend all these books, and Robert Cialdini, it's one of them, which you should took, because, for instance, if you like psychology, if you like this influence thing, I truly recommend for you to take a deeper look to Robert Cialdini. Okay, let's see what's next. Don't hello, 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 Melody. Yes, absolutely. Good to have you here. How are you? Almost 11 p.m. here in Portugal. Well, by the way, uh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm very excited doing this. This week is it's the third live I'm doing here in Amazon. Please share your store with. Yes. I'm in rush. I'm in a rush. I live in the future. Please, Melody, share your link store. Melody has that small blue cycle, which means she's also an Amazon influencer and an Amazon creator. So follow her because she shares amazing things and she's sharing for it. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you want to share what you're talking about lately, this would be good so people can know what can they can expect from you. This will be good. Okay, so don't forget, but just at the end of my show, okay, don't leave me alone. Don't go away. Stay there. At the end of the show, feel free to see what Melody is sharing because she's also very funny, very entertaining. So follow her to see what she's talking about. And so the next book I'm talking about, let me see. Oh, this one is very good also. Okay, thank you. Teaching, reading to kids. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And this is important also because sometimes, and I have this problem also. I go to Amazon and I'm a little lost. I don't know where to find things, and that's one of the good things about having this Amazon Creator Program. You have it's like you go through the mall and you find people who helps you to find the better deals, the better products, the better whatever to you, and that's a good thing. You look, you have advisors from everywhere to help you with the choose you need to do, which is amazing. Absolutely, absolutely. It's an amazing Amazon family. Absolutely. Yes, I have learned about Cialdini in the lessons about negotiation. Yes, yes, yes. And I think I don't know if I've already put in the carousel the book from Chris Voss because I'm reading it. But next week, hopefully, he will be also in my carousel to talk about this book. This book, obvious. I think it's a good book, mostly for those people who are starting in businesses, okay, which are young entrepreneurs and need to know a little bit about how to make things, which things are truly important, which things because there's one thing that happens often, and it shouldn't, which is we take for granted so much things that we think okay they are not important and okay I it's outdated or everything. Oh, Howard, how are you? Howard, please welcome and share your link also. Howard, it's another Amazon creator, please share. Yes. We can make a table and eat something. It's so good to have you here. Howard, please share your store with my audience, please. And Howard is talking about. Let me know if I'm wrong, Howard. Please, are you keep talking about Walking Dead? Let me know. Let me know before I jump into the next book. Well, I already started talking about this, and this is something. This is something That is also important. And by these days, we are looking for the very next shiny thing in the horizon, the new in the sky, the new star. And the problem is that most of the times we are just wasting time, we are unfocusing, and we are not doing it well. So yeah, this afternoon Portuguese time, it was morning in American time. I had the privilege of seeing the amazing Seth Godin talking, and he told something that for me was very interesting, and something that I've written down in my in my memory, which was, look, uh, we see people that move from Snapchat, from Insta stories, for TikTok, from now Clubhouse, and then Twitter Spaces, and he said, "Look, I started blogging, and I keep blogging today, okay, and it keeps working for me. I have millions of followers on my blog, okay. I kept my thing there. I didn't went like crazy trying Clubhouse, trying this, trying that, TikTok, wherever. I kept with my blog. So this is also that you should have in mind. There are essential things in your business which you should keep, because sometimes those essential things are the reasons why your customer is your customer. Okay, so instead of staying all the time, okay, let me see what's the next star, what is the next shiny object. Keep with what you're doing good. Okay, it's good, so bring some innovation, bring something new, but sometimes making the essential, making the old school things, it's more than enough for your business to succeed. Okay, so that's one big lesson I took from this book. And he talks about basic things that sometimes we ignore, sometimes we forget, but they are essential, they are crucial, and they are enough for your business to succeed. Okay, so that's why I recommend this book. Yes, yes, Melody. Howard, he's crazy. I think he's crazy about talking. Okay, let me bring this next book. Where is it? La 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 la. No, 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 no. That one. Okay. This is another. Well, I have a book from Seth Godin. Yes, I do. This is another classic. He's about word of mouth, how you can make amazing with sometimes with simple ideas, you can make people talk about your business. And again, Seth Godin told about this afternoon, which was the best way for you to make marketing is when you kind of make people so excited, so thrilled about you, so amazed that they will to talk about you all the time. And I like to talk about this vacation analogy. Usually, usually we go to vacations, or for instance, in the Christmas holidays, we get this present, this gifts, these toys, dresses, shoes, whatever. And the very next week, when we go back to school. Well, we went. I don't go to school anymore. We kept talking about the new shoes, the new dresses, the new toys. We have the new PlayStation. And also, it happens when we go to vacations. We talk about the beaches, the hotel. Oh, the hotel was amazing, and the dancers, and the singers, and the food, and the landscapes, and the mountains. Oh my God, they were, and the people were so nice, and everything. Most of those things are very easy to make. Okay, and so in this book, you will see some examples of some businesses who made this particular ingredient, which gives people that will to talk about that experience. Okay, that's one thing about that I like to talk about, because some people say, "Oh no, are you selling a product or service or an experience?" And some people say, "No, no, no, I'm selling a product." Or some people are not selling products. We are selling experiences all the time. We don't sell any more products or services. We are selling experience. The problem here is most of the time you don't work the experience, okay? Because for instance, when they go to your store, where how they step in the store, the smell in the store, the look of the store, how the people working, the reps in the store, talk with people, the tenant people, this is experience. How you manage complaints, how you manage comments on social media, how do you answer to an email, how do you pick the phone, everything is an experience, and people can buy or not buy from you because of this. Okay, it's not just because you have an amazing meal, which is also an experience, of course. It's not because you make the better shoes in the town that people may buy from you. They want, by these days, we want way more than this. So that's why it is important to think about the experience as a whole, okay, and not just thinking about the product. And for instance, we go to a restaurant, the food may be good, but if the person who is serving us, it's not nice, it's not friendly, doesn't help us, I think this may ruin our experience. For instance, if we go to the bathroom and it's not a good experience going to the bathroom, maybe we forget how good the meal was. Okay, so that's one of the lessons I've learned with this book. Okay, and how you can make those experience worth to talk about. Okay, this is the book from Jonah Berger, Contagious. Okay, so next one. Next one is, okay. This book is a little bit attached to. Okay, I don't have it here. Linchpin is a little bit attached to the Factor Fred. Okay, it's how you should. I have the book over there, but I don't want to go there. Okay, let me share the screen and talk a little bit about it. Okay, this is the book. And this talk again is like we were talking about Factor Fred. Is how you should think about being. Oh my god, I made it again. Okay, there you go. This is how you should think about making the difference. Okay, as you may see, the ratings are amazing. Is from Mr. Seth Godin. He's an amazing author. Okay, and this book is important. Again, the employee market is changing a lot. We were living about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, who knows, this paradigm that people went to a job, they started there at 23, they live the job at 65 or 66 or 67, whatever, then they will stay there for the whole working life. This is not like that anymore. Okay, so with this book you understand how you should, and he talks about lots of times how you should be an artist on your field, because this thing about artists, they are remarkable, they are unforgettable, they are very, how can I say it, people are looking after them to work with them, because a good employee, a good professional, it's always very interesting for a company to have. So this is what this book is all about. Okay. And he's, as usual, he's written with this amazing tone from Seth Godin. He's very deep in his thoughts. Okay, he goes way beyond the obvious, way beyond the superficial, and this is good. I love this kind of approach. Okay, so that's why you should take a look at this linchpin, because this talks about how you can make a difference, even though you are just one people, how you can make a difference by being an amazing person, an amazing professional. Okay, so let's stop the screen share. And thank you, Edward, for following me. Woo-hoo, high five. Good to have you here. I think it's the first time, Edward, you're here. And so let's to okay, this is another one for me. It's kind of one of my favorite authors. It's Malcolm Gladwell, and he talks on this book, Tipping Point. Is another good book for those of you who are in business, who about selling. He talks about key elements for ideas to spread. Okay, and this could be about branding. This could be about a business idea. This could be about a new product or new service, and how, which factors do you need to make the ideas spread, which kind of persons you should surround yourself, so these ideas can go and flow like glow. Okay, and one thing I like about Malcolm books is that like like Seth Godin, he's very deep, very thoughtful in the in with his ideas in his books, and also he gives lots of examples which help us to understand better what his point. Okay, and it shows, and I've read some, I don't know, weeks ago, someone who said, okay, let me see, I think it's in here. Yes, yes. This is the quote. He is the best kind of writer, the kind who makes you feel like you're a genius rather than he's a genius. So that's, I think it's the best way to define Malcolm's books, because you will make things that sometimes for you, maybe, you don't take a look at them, you don't see it, you ignore them, but once he talks about them, you see, oh, that's true. How interesting. And maybe you want to know a little bit more about them. So that's why I recommend often the Malcolm's books, because they are very, very good. And this tipping point is good to for you to understand how to make ideas spread, which kind of steps you should do, why you should have the kind of people A and not the kind of people B to help your idea to spread. And let's see. Okay, this book, it's also an amazing book. An amazing book. I I think okay, there he is. There he is. Okay. Okay. This is the book. He's again Portuguese version. And this is the book which is very important also by these days. I think it was always important, because it's about how we deal with others' opinions, how we should focus and not listen to everything that comes to our ears. We should not. I had this conversation yesterday. I was in a show with one another partner here in Amazon, influencers, Jim Fuse and Tim Son, which is his partner in crime in that show, Tim and Jim show. And One of the things we were talking about the imposter syndrome, and I think you may know what is the imposter syndrome. Is that thing that that tiny thing in our head saying, "Okay, you're not that good. You're not that amazing person. Your ideas are not good. Your knowledge is not enough to share with your audience, with your customers. Blah 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 blah. You suck. Whatever." This is imposter syndrome, and one of the things we mention is how we should filter those feedbacks we get, because sometimes people don't understand what you are doing. Sometimes, and yes, people are mean, are cruel, and they just want to throw you down. Okay, so it's good to understand when someone delivers to you an opinion and feedback, which things you should have in mind, which things, okay, I think I can, it's okay what you said, I think I can do better, I think it's a valuable feedback you gave it to me, I think I can take some juice from there. But also it's good to understand some things, because I think most of the time we know better what we are doing than others. Okay, sometimes we should say, okay, I understand your point, but my ways it's another way. So this is a good point to start, and a good point to think about this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Uck, which I truly recommend for you. Okay, let's see what I have here. No, 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 no. Okay. This one, talk triggers. Talk triggers. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Okay. Okay. I think now I'm good. Let's go back to the highlights. And I wanted to talk about Talk Triggers, another amazing book from Jay Bear. And this is an amazing book for me. Why? Because he talks about an example of a Portuguese restaurant. This author is he's in love with my country, and he talks about an example of a restaurant who deliver at the end of the meal. He they offer to the persons who go there a kind of a souvenir that will make them remind about the restaurant. It's another book about word of mouth. He gives you all the steps that you need to create word of mouth, how to work properly this, how you can, again, like on Contagious, how you can make people to talk about your businesses, how you make your business remarkable, why people talk about your business. I think it's an amazing book to for you to understand the power of the word of mouth. And the good thing about there are two main things good about word of mouth, which are, first one is free. Okay, you don't have to pay people to to talk about you. It's different, for instance, from influencer marketing, which usually you have to pay. And the other thing, the second thing, very important about influence, the word of mouth is it's more credible. For instance, you believe more that someone who bought that product, who's using that product, which is close to you, which you believe, which is your friend or your relative, you will believe more in that person than, for instance, in advertising or in on or a commercial on the TV or in a magazine or some ad on social media. Okay, so that's why you should think about word of mouth. And for me, those two books, Talk Triggers and Contagious, are the best you can find about this topic on the market. Okay, so that's why I recommend this book. And let's go to the next one. Another amazing book, author Martin Lindstrom, and he released this book. Uh, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago or something. Ministry of Common Sense, and he talks about this uncommon sense companies are doing, those mistakes, those things. As I said before, some things are so simple, so obvious, and people don't look at them properly. Okay, so that's he he shows how some companies were making mistakes and they were losing customers. They were not doing good businesses. They were kind of with bad situations to deal with. And for instance, even the work inside the company, the ambience inside the company was not that good. And with his approach, he solved problems which most of the times just needed some common sense to be solved. So that's why I recommend also this book, because it's very open-minded, it's very simple, but at the same time very effective, for you to understand, okay, I should not, I was about to make this mistake on my business and I can avoid it now because I read this book. Okay, and the next one, this is another amazing book. I keep talking about this book all the time because for me it's, I think it was the best book I read last year, Rejection Proof. Okay, is a book written by let me see what it is. There you go. This book. Okay, Jia Jiang, and if you go to TED Talks and if you search for him, you will find the. And it was because of this that I bought the book. Okay, I've seen the TED Talk, and he told about some rejections he had during his life who made him think, okay, I have this. It was very painful for me being rejected. Um, I need to make something to deal better with this. So he came with 100 days rejection challenge. Okay, during 100 days, he put in himself in situations which may lead to a rejection. Okay, and I'll leave it there. If you want to know more, you have to take a look at the book, because it's an amazing way to understand how we should deal with rejection, why it hurts so much, and why we should not be hurted so much with rejection, how we can deal better with rejection, and even how we can overcome it, and how we can somehow go through rejection. Okay, so this is another amazing book for me. The next one, it's another amazing book. And why do I say this? Because for those of you who are willing to become entrepreneurs, of you're already in the journey, this book may help you a lot, because it tells you step by step, in a very detailed way, in a very good way, how you can succeed in business. Because he talks about the finances, he talks about branding, he talks about how to deal social media, he talks about a mindset, which is also important. He talks about in 10 steps, I think. Yes, in 10 steps, he tells you how you can be a better entrepreneur. Um, I had, if you look on my past live shows, you will find the live I made with Charlene, the book author, and this will help you a lot to understand how good the book is. She wrote the book mostly for women, but believe me, men, it is good for us too. Okay, it's very good for us too. Okay, so take a look at this book. And the next one, it's from another friend, from Neil Schaefer, The Age of Influence. It's about influencer marketing, how you can use influencer marketing, what is influencer marketing, how you can choose a right influencer to your businesses, because we have this thing thinking, okay, influencers are celebrities, oh, or they are people with 1 million followers in Instagram, for instance, or they have 1,000 million people following them, wherever. It's not. It's kind of uh, people who influence, who have this huge influence in the. Sometimes there are few people, but they are enough people to for for your business. Okay, so that's a good thing to take a look at this book. It tells you everything. And yes, influencer marketing, it's a very good thing. It's something which may help a lot your business, okay? Because those good influencers, they are in front of your audience. They are in front, and they are trusted by the people who you want to buy from you. Okay, so it's good to understand what this is, how it can help you, and how you can embrace and succeed on influencer marketing. And yes, Neil Schaefer knows a lot about this. Let me see the next one. It's from another friend, Tim Ash. He will be, stay tuned, because soon he will be my guest too. Okay, so be aware. And this is about our brain, how it works, how sometimes we make weird decisions, why we behave the way we behave. This is a kind of a Bible to understand the way our mind works. And also, this could be having in mind what I said before when I was talking about Cialdini's book. Don't use this in an evil way. Use this knowledge to help your customers in a better way, to help your business in a better way, but always having in mind legal things, ethical things. Don't try to cheat anyone, because you have these psychological tricks, okay? So I think it's a good book for you to understand this. Really soon, I will have Tim to talk about the book, okay? And to end the show, I will talk about the book from Christoph Trapp, another Amazon creator, another amazing guy. And this is a book, again, by these days, it's very important also for businesses to have a content strategy. Okay. And this is, I think, with the book from Melanie Diesel, which I've talked yesterday about it. It's another must to have and must to read book to understand uh, why content is important, how you can instill a content culture in your company, how you can come with ideas, which kind of content you should create, and everything. It's an amazing book about content marketing. You should and you can to look at the other books from Christoph. Okay, also you can find him here one day, maybe today even. With his live shows, and ask him. He released some weeks ago also a new book about how you going live, and how you can at the same time go live, and then live, well, how you can live stream your podcast to get a bigger audience, to reach more people, to impact more people, which is also very important, also because our time is short. So if instead of uh, talking to 100 people, we can talk to 1,000 people at the same time, it's way better. Okay, so that's my last recommendation for today. Okay, hope you like it. Don't forget to, let me see if it's working. Don't forget to follow, please. Okay, that side if you are in the PC, computer or Mac, whatever, or this side if you are watching me in a cell phone. I think it's this side, okay? but maybe somewhere it's there. Okay. Thank you so much for those of you who are tuned tonight. Tonight, my side, your afternoon, I think. Okay. Tomorrow, as I said before, tomorrow I will be back. I'll be back with Ryan Swanstrom, and we will be talking about whatever, maybe books, maybe live stream gear. And soon I will be making more shows about live stream gear and podcasting gear because, again, I want to bring you tools to become also content creators, how you can use content to your business. I'm giving marketing basis, and then I will go to content marketing. So I will be talking also with about tools, about microphones, webcams, uh, whatever, so you can become an amazing content creator. Okay. Thank you so much for those who are tuning in. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. GMT plus one, which is London, Lisbon, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, 12:30 p.m. Central time. So wish you a good night, a good afternoon, a good morning. And we will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.